We're back to talk more about the Barbie movie as I continue splicing it apart, scene by scene. Hey guys, I'm McGann, you're watching The Fangirl, and my love letter to Barbie the movie continues today as we look at scene 2, which again is a rough estimation of a scene and nothing formal. So we ended scene 1 with the narrator explaining that the Barbies believe that they've solved problems of equality and essentially gave feminism to the real world. And now we're zooming in to look at stereotypical Barbie's dream house and see a day in her life, which I am so sorry that I cannot play you the song from the movie here because Pink by Lizzo is such a fun song and it's beyond perfect. But hey, I know you have YouTube, so go look it up and set the vibe for yourself. And as in the first scene, we know that stereotypical Barbie, who is the main character in this film, was the original 1959 Barbie doll. Clearly, this is not the first ever Barbie Dream House, so I wonder how this Barbie ended up in this house. It doesn't matter at all for the story, but I'm always detail hunting. I'm also going to admit that while I've heard that every one of these Barbie houses are legit designs that you could have bought at some point in history, I have no idea which is which. If you know of any kind of good chart for this, please share. I do know that when we got around the 2010 era, all the dream houses became this 3-story stack of rooms that slightly changed a few features here and there, but I grew up in the 90s. I had the Barbie Fold and Fun House and the Barbie Magic Sounds house where the elevator could really move. That was a huge deal. And there was a cat on the kitchen sink that made a noise that I still hear in my dreams to this day. Sorry, fangirling really hard about the houses here, but back into the movie. Barbie's roof opens up and we see stereotypical Barbie in her pink heart-shaped bed with pink furniture everywhere, and even though Ken is her boyfriend according to accurate lore, notice that Barbie sleeps alone in the middle of the bed and she wakes up so refreshed and comfortable. She's already living the dream. But Barbie is really excited to wake up and wave to her neighboring Barbie friends because they don't have walls on their houses. And here is maybe our first good look at Midge, who is not currently pregnant in this shot, but is working as a milk woman. Where is the formerly pregnant doll getting that milk? Ew. But that has to be Midge, right? Because that's the Club Chelsea treehouse that Midge is always confined to. And I guess the idea is that unwanted dolls get the strange house? Or maybe it's because Midge is not a Barbie, so she doesn't get her own dream house? I'm not certain, but there's definitely some anti-Midge sentiment in this movie, and I am not here for it. And I love that we see some of the Barbies playing chess and being trash collectors, and there's a delivery person, because these are traditionally male-dominated roles, but we get to see that Barbieland is all about the ladies doing everything. Or I guess it's more that the ladies get to be anything. They are paving the road that any hobby, any career is possible, and that just because they're doing a manly type of thing doesn't mean that they can't be cute and feminine while doing it. Good for them. Let the Kens be ornamental. So Barbie gets out of bed, walks to the left, and goes from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor just like that, stepping out of her high heels to reveal that infamous Barbie toe stance before starting her shower, which is just a sound effect with no water, but Barbie gets in as if she's taking a legit H2O shower. I cannot adore the expressions on Margot Robbie's face enough here. She is living it, she is selling it. Then we see Barbie's closet that looks like some beautifully designed Barbie outfit box. And you know, I never really noticed that a second outfit is on standby at a 90-degree angle here. But it doesn't matter much because Barbie just magically sparkle changes into the pink gingham dress. But she only gets a select number of accessories. I noticed that the Chanel purse did not appear in her hand. And then a new outfit fills that space in the closet. If anyone would weigh in for me, did any of the dream houses have a closet that displayed clothes like this? I've never seen more than some flimsy hooks that no outfit it wanted to stay on. At least when I was a kid, Barbie clothing storage was an utter nightmare. And Barbie moves on to her vanity table, which again makes me smile so much with the huge, chunky, unusable brush and the mirror with no backing, just so little girls can see what they're doing. It is perfection. Next, Barbie slides out of the side of her house into her faux pool, which I have checked and looked for these things. These flat pools do not exist. And frankly, this is the most inauthentic moment in the movie. Every Barbie who ever slid either had to be flat on her back or she would topple over and fall at the first turn in the slide. There is no perfect sliding moment for any Barbie. Also, why is the shower supposed to be giving out real water for her, but the pool is not real and Barbie just walks across it? Unless she's Jesus Barbie that can walk on water! And this whole slide bit was just done to get Barbie to the ground level of her own house, where the doors pop open and she makes herself breakfast, all with fake plastic food that Barbie only pretends to eat and drink. Oh my gosh, even the waffles are heart-shaped. Finally, we get a good ground level shot of the rest of Barbieland, where there's a pink White House and a Ferris wheel and an airport tower, but all of the houses near stereotypical Barbie are so similar. I get that Mattel doesn't always change a lot, but maybe highlight some of these varieties better? And here, our narrator chimes back in and says that Barbies don't use stairs. You just pick them up and move them where you want them and use your imagination to fill in the gaps. And that's why Barbie floats from the third story into her car. But wouldn't that also mean that someone is playing with Barbie right now for that to be happening? Listen, I love this movie. I think there's a lot of theory potential here, but we don't get anywhere near enough information to make these theories plausible, and that's maddening for me. Anyways, Barbie drives off in her convertible, and we see that the redheaded milk woman is walking behind her, so I guess it's not a midge. Then we see Barbie wave at Skipper, who is brunette here, even though she was always blonde in the 90s, and then a wave to a pregnant midge. So the other doll is just a milkman Barbie and not a midge then, and we really are pretending like there haven't been dozens of different midge dolls over the years? I mean, it is true that midge hasn't really been around since the pregnancy, but she has had one pregnant doll variation, and the rest were all in tune for whatever Barbie was doing, but okay, whatever. Then we get another great shot of the other Barbie houses. And Barbie lives on Barbie Way, by the way. And I recognize a few of these houses. My aunt actually had that white one right here with the yellow and the red roof. And it was in my grandmother's hallway on top of this huge dresser-like thing when I was a tiny kid. And I just remember wanting to play with it so badly, but not being able to reach it and not being allowed to ever touch it. The red and white style stood out to me, and it was so different than any of the houses that I saw for Barbie during my years. It is such a unique looking house, and that was from 1979, so really kudos to the design team for actually adding in different house styles. But Barbie drives on the pink roads into the downtown area where there are things like hair salons and a movie theater playing The Wizard of 12. I'm not sure if that's a reference to Barbies being roughly 12 inches tall, or if it's supposed to say Oz and it's just not legible. Because that's definitely the old school Tin Man and Cowardly Lion on those posters. And I did have a Barbie-sized doll of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, but she was nowhere near as cute as the Barbies, and I never liked her that much. So I don't know the tie-in here, other than Warner Brothers made Barbie and Wizard of Oz, and they really like to self-promote to infinity and beyond. But yes, I am curious if anybody else knows a deeper connection for this movie theater reference. Also, these construction workers right here with their women at work sign and their long hair, they're adorably violating OSHA standards, but I still love them. Next, we get a blurb with President Barbie in the pink house, who is so pretty. I want one of her dolls so badly. I wish I could find one. But she's telling the dolls to turn to the Barbie next to them and say how much they love each other. And in that that quick moment, we get to know that the president is fostering this girl power dynamic where the ladies lift each other up instead of the tired commentary that women are all catty and backstabby with each other. And hey, without the need to compete for male attention, I guess they really have no reason to want to fight with each other. It's also important to notice that the reporter Barbie asks the president, "How come you're so amazing?" And Madam President says, "No comment, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm no big deal," and tearing herself down. No, not here. The Barbies are allowed to be great and have self-esteem. But oddly, stereotypical Barbie is here in a different outfit. I think that's the one that appeared in her closet after she took the pink dress, but I'm not sure why we need her in this shot. She's also the only Barbie without someone next to her to tell her they love her. She's a little bit isolated. And stereotypical Barbie even turns like she should be saying she loves the doll next to her, but no one is around. Also, one of the background Barbies has a prosthetic arm. Aww! Yay, inclusion! Then we see the Barbie Awards, where the Nobel Prize for Journalism goes to Barbie. And it's the Barbie who was interviewing the president. Again, I just adore how she says, "I worked very hard, so I deserve it." She doesn't diminish her work or accomplishments. She is acknowledging that she's worthy of being recognized. And I think that is an amazing thing to model for kids, especially girls. Because girls are told not to shine too brightly so they don't upset the boys. And the next Barbie is getting awarded a prize in literature. And she's told that she's the voice of a generation, to which that Barbie responds, "I know." I love how confident they are. And yet again, here is stereotypical Barbie in the crowd of that event. And then she's in another outfit at the curvy Barbie's legal speech. I guess since stereotypical Barbie was the first Barbie and didn't have a special gimmick, she doesn't really have a job assignment. So she just goes around supporting all of her Barbie sisters. Oh, that's kind of sweet. We also will not leave this moment without appreciating the lawyer's words of, "This makes me emotional and I'm expressing it. I have no difficulty holding both logic and feeling at the same time, and it does not diminish my powers, it expands them." We have so many quotes from the Barbie movie. How is this not one of the major ones? It's a wonderful saying, and I feel as happy and proud hearing that as stereotypical Barbie looks. I'm so sick of the mantra from dudes saying that women are too emotional, so don't listen to them speak if they start crying. Like, bruh, I can cry and still be right AF. Feeling my moment does not take away from its rightness. But that's a way that society has managed to chip away at women's power, and this hero lawyer just dismissed the case for it. Phenomenal work. Good job. And then, because it's all pretend play, I guess, Barbie is back in her pink dress driving with the pilot Barbie waving from the plane. And if you notice, right now, the rear view mirror in her car is real, but I don't think it stays that way later. Barbie is there even cheering on the astronaut Barbies like, "Yay, space!" That's such a grandmotherly thing to say when you're supporting your babies and you have no idea what they're really doing. It is perfect to come from the first Barbie's mouth. And then there's Barbieland Mount Rushmore with stereotypical Barbie, and I don't recognize the others. So someone who is more savvy, please weigh in the comments and tell me who they are. But Barbie has this heavy sigh as she looks at the Mount Rushmore, and it seems like she really appreciates the gravity of what she has brought to the world by being the original Barbie. And we're about to hit the beach, which is definitely going to be a lot to talk about. So we'll call this scene right here. Please, please, please like, subscribe, share, comment, do all of those free things to help this video and channel grow. And if you made it this far, please leave me a "Hi Barbie" comment. I might be overthinking it, but that's literally my job. And to any of my members here on YouTube, a huge bottom of my heart thank you for all of your help and support. If you would like to become a paid channel member, there is a link in the description below. Thanks again, guys. Love you. Well, family members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as my own personal self, and I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, "Hey, McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that? Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page, and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Family. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Family and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share one or two on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos, like you, helps to tell the site, hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See you next time, family members. Bye.